The JQuery each method is used to loop through arrays or object properties. And the syntax is basically you've got your $.each, then you have to give it the name of your array or your object. Then you have a function, and you have something that you're going to index with and something that you're going to process. You may call it index element, or as you can see in the example down here, I've got name value, index value. The first thing that you're giving it is what you're going to call the index, or if you have name value pairs, the name. And then the second thing is what you are trying to process or retrieve. And then you've got your code inside curly braces, right parenthesis, and a semicolon. So this is basically an anonymous function that you are processing. So in this little example, I have an array and I have an object. And I'm going to use each to process both, basically. So the first little example here is I'm using each to process the array. Here's my anonymous function. I've got something I'm calling index and something I'm calling value. And basically, I'm just creating a little paragraph, and I'm displaying the index, a colon, and the value. And then I am updating my page and displaying the text. Then I'm basically doing the same thing for the object, but now I'm calling it name and value. And I'm creating paragraphs and displaying the name and the value and updating the page. And this is what it looks like live. Okay, so this is from the array and this is from the object. So here is another little example with each. And here I've got a JSON array that's going to be sent to an anonymous function. And so here you can see, here's the array, and basically it's like an array of objects. And then we come down here. The name of the array was JSON, so that is what it's processing. I have my function here, and then I've got another each inside where I am processing the name and the value pairs. And you'll notice that with this nested each, the inner one, instead of giving it the name of the array, I'm just referring to it as this. Okay, that would be the current array that I am processing. And that is what that one looks like. So yet we have another example, and you can see I've got my daily routine here. And then I've got a button that is going to trigger my JQuery. And here it's going to be processing each line. And you can see it's going to be applying some CSS. And there's going to be a little animation. It'll be on a delay here. And it's going to affect all of the lines. So let's take a look. And we're going to go ahead and see what that looks like. Okay, so you can use each for a variety of applications. Here, we're using each to basically apply CSS and animation. And in the previous examples, we're using it to process an array and to process objects.